'Tis the season of reading banned books. Fa la 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 la. Hello everyone. I have been on my vengeance tour, and if you're gonna tell me something I can't do, that's just gonna make me want to do it even more. This week I am reading only banned books, and I have here in my arms, hold on, quite a few. And these are from my bookshelf, these are from the library, and this isn't even encompassing all the banned books that I own. What a world we live in America, where banning books is just getting pushed more and more. This week I have decided, I petitioned, we're gonna read only banned books. But we had to choose which one we're gonna start off with. I'll show you some of my options. And before we go into like the book specifically, first thing I wanna know, because I'm going to get the comment and I'm like a little sick of seeing it, to be honest. Emily, those books are in your hands. Clearly they're not banned if you can get them. Let's unpack this. One, half these books I own. I've purchased them from bookshops that are independent businesses that do not follow federal regulation when it comes to censorship. The two areas getting targeted right now are schools, so think of like school education, public education, curriculum, and public libraries. This is an issue because it is in school that we learn, a lot of people learn about oppressed groups. They learn about minority groups, how they kind of overcome this. They learn history. So when you take out books speaking on these experiences, people become very isolated. They don't know about what's actually happening in the world. They don't learn empathy for others because of what they've been through. It's very important that we understand and their perspectives and lives that other people are going through and kind of what their background, what adversity and challenges they have to overcome. It's very important we learn about that. Second thing, public libraries. A lot of people get their books and read from public libraries. Books are expensive. It is a privilege to be able to own these books. And when books are no longer available in libraries, how are people going to read them if they don't have the financial means to? Do we understand where this is going? Also, a book is still considered a banned book, even if it's on this specific level. Like right now, it's public libraries and schools. It could very easily lead to certain publishing companies feeling like they no longer feel comfortable publishing this content. And then it grows from there, where books discussing specific contents start to get weaned out. And a lot of these books tend to be books written by BIPOC authors or about BIPOC themes. A lot of LGBTQIA plus books are they are probably one of the most attacked books I've seen right now. And this one, I wouldn't say it's in the top like 3, but just because of the area of the book space I'm on online, a lot of smutty and spicy books are getting targeted as well because they're seen as too sexually explicit, and that's not safe for the children. Even though it's a parent's job to be monitoring what their child is reading. They are the ones that get to determine this. The parents don't get to parent others' kids. They're not your kids. You are not a governing body on what is deemed safe for all children. I have to say that because I've seen some very ignorant comments about it. Anyway, now that we have that out of the way, we can talk about what books we have. We're gonna go super quick. Super quick. We're gonna do a super quick haul of the banned books that I have right here. And then we're gonna decide which one we're gonna read first. Oh man, let me know what books, if you own any of these, if you've read any of them. Okay, if I haven't read them yet though, I will know all these books I have here, except for one, I have not read. So please don't spoil them in the comments or put spoiler alert in caps and I'll just skip over the comment because think of me guys, please. But you're free to talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, first one we have Hood feminism. This has been on my TBR for a really long time. I am leaning even more into becoming a radical feminist. Scary. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for the dramatics. I'm sorry we're starting off this strong. Hood feminism on my list. Next one we have 100 Years of Palestine. Next one, you can see I'm very slowly working through this. Very, very slowly. The Book Thief. I know. I should be reading this quicker. There's just a mental block I'm getting through with this. Next one, you might be surprised. 50 Shades Free. Okay, quick funny story about this. My friend gave this to me because she realized that she already owned this. So she's like, do you want this copy? I'm like, okay, sure. But I don't own any of the other books. So I think this is the third book of the series, like the 50 Shades series, and I only have the third one. So not much help, but a lot of people are trying to censor it. Quick note. So I say banned books, but one of the more popular terms being used is heavily challenged, and this is when like an individual doesn't, like say like a school setting, doesn't even have to be a parent. An individual could see a book as not safe, or whatever their argument to why a book should not be available in a school library, school curriculum, whatever it is, and they can challenge this book and it can go to the board and whatever. I don't know the politics within the school board or anything about that, but where was I going with this? Heavily challenged might be another term you might see versus banned. Next book we have is The Color Purple. This one, read the trigger warnings first. I'm excited for that one. Bluest Eye, I'm really excited for. I've heard really good things about it, and this one is at like the top of many attempts at banned book lists across the country. So I might just have to read it just because of that, because yeah. So this is the only book of this whole list that I've actually already read. Hunger Games. Yes, The Hunger Games is on a lot of banned book lists. A lot of people, as ironic as it is actually, given the contents of it, but I'm probably not going to read this because I've already read it, but wanted to include it. Next one on Palestine. We have 2 Palestine books in here. Kindred. I really want to read this one. This might be actually what I read first. Do you ever have those authors that like you've heard about for years and for whatever reason you just haven't gotten around to them yet? Octavia Butler has been one of those authors I've been hearing about for years, and I could not tell you why I haven't read her books. Like same thing with like Chloe Gong. I've heard about her books for a long time, and I'm like, why haven't I read their books? But a lot of her books are on banned book lists, so say no more. Next one, Colonize This, Young Women of Color, on today's feminism. Are you sensing a theme? Next one we have is Where Sleeping Girls Lie. This one I'm really excited about. Also the cover, it's so pretty. I honestly couldn't tell you what this is about. A lot of these I just saw they were on banned book lists and they generally looked interesting to me. And the last one, Men Who Hate Women. Are you sensing the theme? Anyway, these are my book options. I also have some electronic books I have access to as well, so we might read, but let's get into it. We have a full week of banned book reading. I'm so excited. I'll take you along. Let's get started. My heart is telling me, okay, so obviously I have a lot of library books, and that puts a time restraint on me. So I think it's in my best interest to start with a library book, and we're not going to go through all these again because I'm going to save you the trouble of it. These are our library books. Also support your local libraries, guys. The more you request books, even if they don't even have it in stock, when you request books, libraries can use that as evidence. If like someone's trying to get a book out of the system, they can use it like, look, this is under like demand, popular demand. We need to have this book in our system. So even if they don't have it, set the little like notify me, let me know. Well, one, get a library card. Super easy. Google's free. Just look up how do I get whatever library card in my area, local library. Get a library card, start checking out your books. Even if a book isn't there, send in a request to notify me when it's there. Support your libraries. They are a lot of the backbone of our society. We love our libraries. But in that case, I think I'm gonna start with Kindred. Just because, like I said, Octavia Butler, she's been on my radar for years. And I think I honestly felt a little bit like intimidated by her books. I don't know if intimidated is the best word. I think it's one of those also, like kind of with like Six of Crows, Poppy War. I know this is like a very different energy than those books, but I've just heard such good things about them that I'm like, one, worried it'll send me into a reading slump. Two, I will like, reading slump's the biggest thing, but I'm like, nothing will compare. So it's like one of those intimidating things. I'm like, oh my gosh. Also, what if it doesn't live up to the hype? We'll see. Let's start with this though. Happy reading. It is December 1st and we're reading Kindred, so we'll check in. Let's get to reading. Oh my gosh. Listen to this. Okay, first it starts, I lost an arm on my last trip home, my left arm. Dana is a black woman whose torment begins on her 26th birthday when she suddenly vanishes from her home in California and is dragged through time and across the country to Antebellum, Maryland in order to rescue a boy named Rufus, heir to a slave owner's plantation. She soon realizes the purpose of her summons to the past, protect Rufus to ensure his assault of her own black ancestor so that she may one day be born. As she endures the traumas of slavery and the soul-crushing normalization of savagery, Dana fights to keep her autonomy and somehow return to the present. No wonder this is on banned books list. They don't want us talking about our history and pointing out, I don't even want to say flaws of white people and their impact when it comes to slavery and the lasting impacts it still has in today's society. But if anything's pointing out white supremacy, we're going to ban it, according to the white supremacists. Let's get into this. This is going to be, I'm excited though. First impressions of the prologue. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for what's to come. Hold on. I forgot to update my Goodreads and Storygraph that I was reading this. Pause the reading. Alright, don't mind my comically long charger. Be sure to follow me on Storygraph and Goodreads at M's Novellas. You gotta update it. This is so important. To reading. Ugh. Okay. Okay. We're 20 pages in. Not this far in. We're coming out flying. Oh my gosh. I want to read more. I'm going to keep reading more, but I'll see you in the next check-in. Oh my gosh. best oh my gosh, it's so yellow. Hold on, we're changing this.
Whoa, that's racist.
All right, that's a little better. The best combo is a reader girlfriend and a gaming partner. Look.
Ew.
Uh-huh. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
No. You're no longer accepted into the College of Oz.
It's shiz.
Whatever. Might as well be called Oz.
All right. Happy reading.
Happy reading, everybody.
I'm a little liar. I'm actually gonna fold my laundry and then I will allow myself to read.
A little bit of a feed.
It's like a reward. Do you know that reference?
It's like a reward.
Yeah, like the audio.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. You're on Instagram Reels.
Facebook.
Facebook Reels. All right.
Yikes, you even know how to diss me appropriately. I'm through accepting Emily
Oh my gosh.
for what she bullies me for.
Wasn't it focusing on you? There we go.
Leave me alone. I wasn't okay with this. I never agreed to these rules. That flavor that really exudes from the nut.
Something just happened and I fear for our main character's safety. We're only on page 24.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, basically. I'm so afraid. Wait, scratch my head.
Oh, jeez. I thought I was just a weird kid around the block.
I like it once every like 4 months.
Oh, lies.
Oh my god! Something I will note I'm loving is how quickly our main character is just adjusting to these time jumps and being so proactive about it. Like I would be in a state of shock still.
Hello, everybody.
So we as a group are this far in, about 25%. I'm very stressed reading this, and I'm hoping it works out, but with what we know from the plot summary, it's not good, so I don't know. I'm feeling very conflicted but stressed, so we're gonna keep going and see how we get out of this time loop. Otherwise, till next time. Good morning. It's the next day. Ignore, oh my gosh, I am so white. Okay, that's better. I'm not as ghostly white anymore. We're gonna do some quick reading this morning about, if you can even see where that is. I'm about halfway through. I'm feeling very nervous for our main character, very stressed. So I can't even predict how this is gonna end because I'm like, when I say I want it to work out, there's one specific way, and I think our chances are low with how the events are coming to be. So we'll keep you updated. But so far it's really good and stressful. We'll see what happens. Hello, checking in the evening. I finished recording a podcast episode, finished dinner, recorded a little TikTok, and I'm supposed to be editing right now, but I was too productive yesterday, so we're gonna read a little bit. I'm hoping to finish this tonight. We're gonna get on to the next book because I want to read more, you know. Look what Bobby did. This is so cute. Dude, this is so cute.
Oh God.
All right, we're tapping out. We're this far. Read a solid 30-40 pages. It's getting very good. There's a lot happening and I'm very nervous, but it's very good. Oh man, we'll see what happens. Hello, good morning. It is another day. I was supposed to wake up early today and do some editing for YouTube and do some dishes, and I don't know what was happening this morning, but waking up was impossible. I've not felt this exhausted in so long for no reason. We're still this far with Kindred. It's like picking up, so I'm gonna bring this with me so I can read it on my lunch break. I really want to finish it tonight, but I'm in charge of dinner. I have so much editing I have to do for the podcast and YouTube. I have to do dishes. There are not enough hours in the day unless I sacrifice sleep. But if I start sacrificing sleep this early on Tuesday in the week, it's not going to look good for the rest of the week. So we'll keep you updated, but I'm going to read this on my break because we're in it now. We've got to the point where we are in it. I'll keep you updated though. Hello. I'm finally done with all my tasks. You guys, I did it. I cooked dinner. I did the dishes. I edited the clean cut of the video that's coming out this week. Finished the thumbnail. And it's only 8:30, which means it's reading time. I have a confession. So I'm about 55% through Kindred right now. And I took a quick little break today and read 2 novellas. It's like the Under the Mistletoe that, like, I completely missed why this was happening, but it's like 5 authors that decided to do novellas all together. I had a little bit of a freak out, long story short. I'm part of a number of books you read for the year reading challenge. I'm part of a genre reading challenge, and I'm part of a romance trope reading challenge. Goodreads offers the one that you always see, like, you read this many books this year, but Storygraph, follow me, let's be friends on Storygraph. I love Storygraph. They have all these different reading challenges. Goodreads might have similar ones, but Storygraph one has better analytics and everything, so make sure you're over there. But I was looking at them and I'm like, wow, it's December 3rd and I still have quite a few number of books of one that I have to hit for my genre challenge, for my romance trope challenge, hence why I read the novellas. My brain has reached full capacity today. What am I trying to say? Oh, I have my library books. I got 7 books all at once, so I'm on the clock and I'm oh my gosh, I have to finish the library books. I have to read the band books this week. It's such a first world problem to have. Really, my life is not that tough. I took a mid-Kindred break. The novellas were literally 70 pages long. It was fine. But now I'm going to finish one novella and then I'm going to get back into Kindred. Yay! We're gonna finish it tonight. I'm nervous. I'm scared. We'll see what happens. Also, new filming location unlocked. Well, actually, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know where I am. New reading location. Bobby's asleep already. And I have to be quiet in the other room, but... You will not judge the stuffed animals. These are my children. If you make fun of them, I will ban you from my page. And we're mortal enemies, so... Bye! Also, I don't want to hear anyone talk about how I wear the same thing every single day after work. It's my non-work outfit, you know, how I take off my scrubs and this is what I wear, so... No violence. Wow, I looked much more worse than wear. It's currently 11:22 and I just finished this. I wish I had gone to bed a long time ago, but it was just, it's so good. I feel like almost speechless with emotion. I will note it took me a little bit to get into it. I read this over 2 days, which is a little bit slower for me. This was crazy. So like the general prowess of like our main character keeps time jumping between 1976 and I think it's the 1800s sometime. One of the other main characters, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I have so much, hate's a strong word, I have so much hatred towards, and anyone like that is like this individual. Main character is much more forgiving than I am. That's all I'm gonna say. This is really dark, but unfortunately a good read to remind us of our history, even though obviously time travel is not real, but like the slaver aspects are very real. This was a crazy book. Wow. I'm gonna go to sleep. Tomorrow we'll start a new book, but wow. My first Octavia Butler book I gave 5 stars. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll decide what I'll read next then. Bye, good night. Good morning, it's a new day. We're starting our next book. We're reading On Palestine. I'll let you know how it is. We'll tune in later, otherwise I gotta get to work. Hello, we're back from work. I'm in the sweatshirt I always change into, and it's time to read. I've gotten this far. Super exciting. And then I also forgot about, I wanted to read All Boys Aren't Blue, so I downloaded the ebook of it, so we're doing a little dual reading. I know All Boys Aren't Blue's on a ton of banned books lists, and like if you're probably wondering, Emily, how do you get this if these books are banned? I live in a state, Illinois, that is like very publicly against banning books. It's a direct violation of freedom of speech, and my libraries hold these books. But I'm very privileged to live in a state that will always advocate for that. I don't want to say always, I can't speak for the Illinois politicians because who knows what's happening in their minds. I'm very privileged with that. So you'll see, you're like, I'm in my work spot though. I have some YouTube editing to do, got my snack, need to grab some dinner, and then as everything processes, we're gonna read. I'm so excited. I don't think there are any other updates. The only thing, I think I mentioned it last night, maybe the 2 like short novellas I read, they're part of the Under the Mistletoe book grouping. Allie Hazelwood's one. I'm convinced Allie Hazelwood can write anything and I would love it. She has a formula down and her characters are kind of cookie cutter the same. I don't care. I love them every single time. And in this new one, if you think that the male main character is creepy and a little bit pathetic with his yearning, that's fine. Yeah, it might be a little bit, but oh well. All right. I'll see you guys soon when I get back to reading and get my other work done. Okay, hello. All right, I have to be honest with you guys. It's currently the world will never know what time it is. Hold on. Currently 9:18, and we all know how late I stayed up last night. I didn't go to bed till like midnight because I was reading. I want to go lay in bed. I do not want to be in these bright lights anymore, but I do want to read. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read All Boys Aren't Blue, because I have that on my phone and I can just lay on my side and read. I'm starting it. I think it's a collection of short stories by the author who is a Black queer man, and I'm excited to read about it. I've heard a lot of other people talk about it, so we'll see what it's all about. But my body's shutting down. I literally have scraps of my dinner still here that I didn't finish, and I feel like I need to sleep early tonight. So I'll probably just read till like 10, aim for 8 hours of sleep. That'd be good. I'll see you in the morning, let you know how the books are going. Hi, good morning. It's another day. I read a couple of chapters of All Boys Aren't Blue last night. I really like it. No complaints. I'm gonna bring this as well with me to work so I can read it on my lunch break. So far, a lot of heavier topics this week. I will know. I'm not like, I could have easily gone to like, oh, they're, just since I typically tend to read more romance books or like romantic-y, I could have gone to like, oh, let's read the like spicy books that they're trying to ban for like sexually explicit, because that's dangerous. We have to censor the children. And I could have gone like the easy go fun route, but I'm like, no, let's lean into the really heavy, let's lean into the heavy topics right now. And surprisingly, mental health is not being affected by it as much as I think it would have affected me maybe a couple of years ago when I wasn't as educated on these topics. But they're good so far. So far, there hasn't been a book I haven't liked, so that's good. We'll keep you updated. Happy Thursday. Woo. We'll see you later. I should have no editing tonight. There's just a Purdue basketball game, so it's gonna be a chill evening. I'm excited. All right, so quick, oh my gosh, the lighting in here is so bad. Why is it not focusing on, oh, here.
That's because I'm in here. The camera always focuses on me.
That's not any better. I have a quick confession. I did not read it all last night.
She didn't read. It was a lie.
The Purdue loss really just took something out of me.
She went to bed at like 8.
I did rage read Colleen Hoover's As Your Perfects today.
We don't like Colleen Hoover.
No, we do
We're not big
not.
fans.
But there was something I had to refresh my mind on. I read it 3 years ago that apparently I was fine with, and then I reread it and I'm like, this is not okay. So it got demoted from a 4 to a 1 star. Anyway.
4 to a 1?
Yeah.
So all I gotta say about that.
Well, we're going to a holiday party, and if you'd like to see our outfits,
Wow.
can you even see the little presents? Can you even see?
You ready?
Cute. But I'll read tomorrow, I promise. I'll read on the way at least. All right, I'll show you some of the party though. Bye. So it's the last day and I kind of failed my challenge. I'm a couple chapters into All Boys Aren't Blue still. I might have rage read a Colleen Hoover book yesterday, only because 3 years ago I read it and it's a book that has cheating, and somehow 3 years ago I like was a cheating apologist, but I like was rereading my review and then I speed read the book, and I was like, no, I don't actually. I'm not actually okay with this. So that got a little bit in the way of my reading plans. I'm about this far on Palestine. Wow, it really makes my face glow. This far. I actually have to return this today because cannot renew. It's on hold for a couple people. So I'm just going to finish it in ebook form. But that concludes my week of reading banned books. Not as successful as I'd like to be, but it's the end of the years. It's the holidays, you know. We can't always read as much as we'd like. And I'm excited to read a lot of these books next year too. So let me know if you like this video. If you have any banned book recommendations for me that you'd recommend. I actually have a list right now going of a list of like the most popularly or most commonly challenged books. So I'll link that in the bio if you want to check it out. Look for some books to add to your TBR there. If you're able to purchase them. We don't know what the future looks like, so having hard copies of them, those cannot get taken away versus electronic access in public spaces, stuff like that. But thanks for hanging out, guys. This was very fun, a fun little challenge. I will definitely be open to doing it again, but I'll see you next week. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can hang out and we can chat more about books together. Otherwise, take care of yourself, happy reading, and I'm gonna go to the library. I'll see you guys later.